I'm Keith Shire, and this is Woo Fit Wrestling. Now, we have to review Raw 25 because it was like a pay-per-view like show on a Monday night. That's the kind of epicness that was brought to the table here tonight. So let's go on with this review. The very first segment, Stone Cold Steve Austin came out and interrupted the McMahons. The McMahons, the founders of Raw. This whole family, Shane, Stephanie, Vince, they were all out there. It was all going good. And then Vince is cutting his amazing heel promo, getting everybody to boo him, and it was hilarious. And then Stone Cold comes out, that glass shatters, he ends up stunning Shane McMahon, and then he stuns Vince. He ends up stunning Shane again, drinking some beers, walking away. Classic, perfect Stone Cold. There was an 8-woman tag match, kind of like one of those throwaway tag matches that they always do with the women, kind of projecting all the women that they possibly can to promote whatever is happening forward with no real storyline behind it, because we had Absolution teaming up with Nia Jax and Alicia Fox, okay, and then we have Asuka, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Mickie James all teaming up together, and they're all facing off against each other. Sasha Banks ends up putting the bank statement on Alicia Fox, getting the victory, and Asuka, in the midst of all this little celebration, throws out Mickie James, throws out Bayley, does a move to Sasha Banks, throws her over the ropes, which could be a very, predictive, future for Sunday. I would predict that Asuka's definitely going to win the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, because Asuka's awesome like that. She's undefeated, and just why not? But hey, what do you think? Comment down below. The Undertaker made his return to the Squared Circle for the first time since WrestleMania, and he made his return to the Manhattan Center of all places. He didn't come to the Barclays Center. I think he would have got a louder pop, but you know what? The Manhattan Center is where he came out 25 years ago. I'm pretty sure he was on that first ever Raw. So it was pretty cool to see him out there. The lights were on the entire time. They never dimmed the lights for him, just like they used to do with the old school bell. It was cool. Undertaker looked like he was in really good shape. He cut a promo where it seemed as if, you know what, he's got some unfinished business to go through. And after his hip surgery, I mean, he wasn't limping out there. He looked as if he was ready to go. Maybe just one more WrestleMania, Road to WrestleMania run? Maybe longer. I'm not sure, but hopefully. Fingers, toes, and eyes crossed, arms and everything. That Undertaker is in good shape, good health, and can put on at least one more good match. Come on, Taker. The Miz faced off against Roman Reigns for the IC title, and you know what? It was awesome. You know why it's awesome? Because Roman Reigns freaking lost, and you know what? I would have never guessed that with I would have never bet on that. Nope. The immortal Roman Reigns lost a match in the middle of the ring for the IC title, which makes me think that Roman Reigns is going to go on to the Royal Rumble and win it, no matter who's in it. But it's whatever, because he dropped the IC title, and now they're going to push him on to bigger and better things. That would just be my thinking. I hope I'm completely wrong with that, but if I had to make a Royal Rumble prediction, I want you to comment yours down below. I would predict that Roman Reigns is going to win it. Yeah, unfortunately. But The Miz is the IC champ, so that's awesome. I'm imagining these two are going to face off in the Royal Rumble once again on Sunday, and maybe Roman's going to eliminate him this time. But will that matter all that much since Miz got his IC title back? I'm not sure, but I guess we're going to find out. Yo! The Peep Show! It returned to Monday Night Raw in the Barclays Center, and Christian's guests were Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins, the Raw Tag Team Champions. The two people that don't get along, but they somehow beat the bar. Because, I mean, they're both athletically pretty daggone superior to most of this world. But this crowd does not like Jason Jordan, and it was hilarious. They would not let that man talk. I was cracking up watching this segment and hearing Jason Jordan's little whimpering voice. It sounded like he was about to cry this entire time. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Then the Bar came out, put their stamp of disapproval on this segment, started a fight with them. You know, they were doing this whole little tussle thing. Jason Jordan grabs Cesaro. Seth Rollins jumps off the top rope to do a flying knee. Cesaro misses. He knees Jason Jordan's stupid self in the face. It was awesome. It was great. It was literally great. And that's how that segment ended, with the Bar going out on top. I really hope that Royal Rumble, that the Bar beats Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins, and they can just be done with that craziness. They can just be done with it. I really think that the WWE is going to continually make them be this dysfunctional tag team that always finds a way in the midst of it all and pushes this until God knows when. I hope not till WrestleMania, but that's what I'm thinking they're probably going to do, but maybe not. But it seems that way because they do crazy stuff like that all the time. But I'm really pulling for you, Bar. Beat those two. I like Seth Rollins. I really like Seth Rollins a lot. Jason Jordan, you can go home. Bye. Ah, yes. Woken Matt Hardy faced off against Bray Wyatt in the Manhattan Center. It's cool to see a real match in the Manhattan Center because I was thinking, man, are they actually going to wrestle there tonight? Or like, what are they doing with it? Then all of a sudden that match popped up and I was like, sweet. Bray Wyatt actually won the match. That's the crazy thing. Considering this whole night seemed like a pay-per-view like feel, like I cleared out my whole schedule just to watch this thing because a lot of the time I watch the replay or I watch it the next day. But tonight I watched it live, and you know what? Bray Wyatt won a big match. I'm scared that they're going to ruin Matt Hardy. I'm so scared that they're going to ruin Matt Hardy. Now, it's good that they allowed Bray Wyatt to win one. Maybe this is going to be a whole series. But I just don't want them to ruin Woken / Broken Matt. Because this was such a huge hit in TNA. Such a huge hit worldwide. You cannot bring this into the WWE and mess this up. You have one job, WWE. You have one job. In a slightly cool segment, they brought back women of like the Attitude Era and all these other and Ruthless Aggression era from back in the day. People like Tara Reynolds, people like Kelly Kelly, people like Tori Wilson, Jacqueline. Whoa, oh man, it's just cool to see these women. There was no Lita. There was a Trish Stratus though. It was just cool to see these women out there that you maybe haven't seen all the time. Also, it makes you think, a couple of these gals are going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble making their little return, Kelly Kelly, what's up? Trish Stratus, what's up? Fresh off his Wrestle Kingdom match, Chris Jericho, Y2J, made his return to Raw in a backstage segment with Elias. And you know what? He didn't walk with Elias. He put Elias on the list. It was hilarious. It was great. And I was shocked to see Jericho in this little segment. To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't be shocked now to see Jericho in the Royal Rumble. At first, I was like, you know what? Jericho's in New Japan. We ain't going to see him for a while. Especially because he just started a new feud with somebody that's not Kenny Omega over there. But maybe that's just a one-off thing too. Or maybe Chris Jericho can just do whatever the heck he wants now. Anyways, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Jericho at the Rumble. It was a good segment with Jericho in it. It didn't end there for Elias, because Elias took his guitar, walked out to the ring, started singing a song, started dissing a lot of people. He was dissing people like The Rock and John Cena. Now, mind you, The Rock never showed up tonight. I was kind of shocked by that. The Rock never showed up to the biggest Raw possibly that there's ever been. Anyways, once he got to John Cena didn't take too kindly of that. His music hit. John Cena sucks. Roared from the Raptors. It was great. And John Cena ended up coming in. They ended up getting into a fight because John Cena was really antsy and ready for that fight. He gave him the 5-knuckle shuffle. About to give him the AA. Elias gave him the low blow and gives him the big back blow with the guitar. So John Cena basically came out there and put Elias over. Shocking. Which means I think the WWE is thinking very, very, very highly of Elias. I would imagine he is going to get some form of a push. Maybe in the form of an IC title push. I don't know why he wouldn't get at least that. At least some form of like a feud with The Miz or something. That's just my thoughts because, yeah, they should make that happen. I think they should make that happen. If they're going to give him a John Cena overage, then, you know what? Allow him to feud with The Miz somehow. I know they're both heels, but come on. The Dudley Boys 3D came out and they looked good. I can't say they look better than ever because you know what, they've always been kind of slightly out of shape. They just looked like the Dudley Boys. And they put Heath Slater through a table. They did the "What's that?" and the Dudley Boys. It was great to see Devon and Bubba Ray get the tables and then put somebody through it. It was great. D-Generation X, they had a reunion tonight. Now, they had the reunion at the Manhattan Center. Now, this was the final segment of the Manhattan Center. So, Shawn Michaels and Triple H first came out, and then they introduced the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. They introduced these guys, and it was great. And then they introduced X-Pac. X-Pac, man, Father Time has not done him well on that whole aging thing. He's seen better days looking-wise, but he was still X-Pac. He still had his energy. He just looked, I don't know, he looked bad. And then he brought out Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon, because in that very arena, that was where the 1-2-3 Kid upset Razor Ramon all those years ago on Monday Night Raw. That was the very first Monday Night Raw that I ever personally watched. Kind of cool. But in the midst of Razor / Scott Hall giving his promo, the Balor Club came out and they interrupted the man. I'm thinking, are y'all turning heel? Like, why are you interrupting him? But Balor always has a smile on his face. Always has a smile on his face. So even if they are kind of going heelish, they're that cool guy heelish, you know? They're leather wearing heelish. They're that Stone Cold heelish. Like, even when Stone Cold's bad, he's still good. And that's what I feel like the Balor Club is. So the Balor Club came out there. They faced off with DX. Triple H offered the Too Sweet to him. Everybody Too Sweeted in the ring. And in the midst of that, B.A. Billy Gunn was like, and if you're not down with that, I got 2 words. Before he could even say for ya, the Revival's music hit. Revival came out, interrupted the whole party. They lost to Gallows and Anderson in an actual match in about 17.4 seconds, I felt like. And then all of DX, Scott Hall, everybody and their mother out there, and the grandpappy put their finishing move on the Revival. Great segment to end the whole thing, the whole shebang at the Manhattan Center. In the final segment of Raw, you saw Braun Strowman, you saw Kane, and you saw the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And basically, they were all in the ring. You know, they were all in the ring, and Brock Lesnar came out. Brock Lesnar came out. Paul Heyman was basically like, you know what? My client is looking for a fight. He's not looking to talk, so y'all better move, basically is what they said. And they, you know, the ring was surrounded by superstars. Kurt Angle had brought all these people out because he didn't want to fight. He wanted this, I don't know what he expected. But Brock Lesnar came out, everybody cleared out. Brock Lesnar clotheslined Braun after Braun had clotheslined Kane from behind. Got up in the ring, gave Kane an F5. Poor Kane. Kane's just there to be a beat-up doll. He's just there to literally be the rag doll of the match on Sunday, like he was tonight. Gave Kane the F5, unless Kane just randomly pops off a championship victory, and we're just like, what just happened? But Braun Strowman picked up Brock, threw him into the apron, and then threw him into the announcer's table like he weighed 7 pounds. And then Braun stood tall, and that's how Raw 25 ended. It was a good go-home show. It was a great go-home show. If I had to rate it out of 1 out of 5 stars for a go-home show, it's a 5-star go-home show. Now, if Braun Strowman wins that match, what does that mean for Brock Lesnar? It's been rumored and it's been talked about, like literally from Dana White's mouth this week, that Brock Lesnar is going to make at least one more run in the UFC. So does that mean Brock Lesnar is gone? I mean, because his contract is up after that Raw after WrestleMania. Like, he is contractually obligated to that Raw after WrestleMania, and then he's gone. So what does this mean for him if he loses on Sunday? Will he lose on Sunday? And if he retains, what does that mean for Braun Strowman? Does that mean he's going to be in the Rumble? Does that mean he's going to win it? Like, what does this all mean? Because I would think that if Braun Strowman's in the Rumble on Sunday, he's going to win it. If he's not, then he won't. But Braun Strowman, I'll take him over Roman Reigns any day. My heart still wants Shinsuke Nakamura to win it all. That's who I want to win it. If Braun's in it, he will win it. If Braun's not in it, it's Roman. That's my predictions. Make sure you put your predictions down below for the Women's Rumble, for the normal Rumble, and just tell me your thoughts on Raw 25. So, like and subscribe. This is Woo! It Wrestling.